on Flamingo Road, just east of Maryland Parkway. Our guest today, Marty Martini, sitting to my right, and Jeffrey with a G to my left. Fellas, let's start talking about Thursday games. I hit a 6-teamer. Marty, how'd you do?
I did well. I hit a 6-teamer too, but it bounced one down because of the one was a tie.
Yeah, you got the push.
Got the push on it, so it works out. When you have a 6-teamer, and you know, some people may know this, that when one of them ties, it bounces down to a 5-teamer.
Well, yeah, I hit it on the Lions, the Redskins, and the Patriots. The Patriots, I thought, was the easiest target out of the 3 games. Jeffrey, what do you think?
Couldn't agree with you more. My Patriots did an absolutely beautiful job. Made a turkey out of Mr. Sanchez and the Jets. Game was easy, and actually I had all 3 overs as well, which also all came in very easily.
Yeah, I caught the push on a couple of them, but I'm not arguing because I still got paid. It made Thanksgiving even more thankful. Any highlights? We were talking about that one penalty.
Before we came on the air, we were just talking about that crazy play in the Houston-Detroit game where I can't remember the backup running back for Houston, not Arian Foster. He was clearly down, got up, ran 81 yards for a touchdown. Every scoring play is reviewable. Coach for Detroit, Mike Schwartz, is that his name? Throws the flag, automatically negated the booth looking at the play. So the touchdown stood when obviously Martin and I both agreed, and everyone watching the game agreed, had they looked at it, this would have come back, changed the entire tempo of the game, and Houston was able to come back and kick that field goal to win.
Yeah, I still don't get it.
But you will see the NFL changing that rule going forward. They've already announced it.
Yeah, the play would have been reviewable because they forgot to blow it dead. When the guy was down, they didn't blow it dead, so the guy kept running. He was smart enough to do that, and he scored a touchdown.
Right.
But they would have brought it back because every touchdown,
every scoring play is reviewable, correct?
But since he didn't, since the coach decided to be smarter than everybody else and throw the reviewable flag, which he didn't need to do, he negated the chance for the referees to do it.
Because he received the penalty on that play for throwing the flag. Still not getting it?
It was a premature flagellation.
Oh, don't use that word. Don't use it. We don't want to hear that word with anything.
I think premature flagellation.
I like that.
And that has to do with the chili here. We're coming to you live from Murphy's Law on East Flamingo. You're welcome to come on down. In fact, if you mention Vegas Sports Nuts, guess what? You get complimentary cocktails. So come on down to Murphy's Law on Flamingo, just east of Maryland Parkway. Let's get started, I think, unless you got anything else to say about Patriots, Skins,
I won't say
Lions.
anything about the game other than the Dallas game. How bad are the Cowboys for the Redskins to go into Dallas and do what they did there? Jerry Jones was being interviewed after the game in his own stadium, having just gotten destroyed, and says, "I'm in awe of RG3."
Yeah. Well, what was it, 4 touchdowns for RG3?
That was unbelievable. The guy was outrageous. I mean, the fact that the score was 38-31 was not indicative of the game at all. It was 28-3 at halftime. The Redskins owned this game. The Cowboys are a done team. Done.
They changed his name to RG4 just for the week.
Because he ate too much turkey or something.
No, 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns.
Oh, that's why.
We'll tell each one. That's okay.
It's that trip. What's it called?
Trip defense.
Trip
Trip
defense.
defense.
Lots of trip defense.
Too much turkey.
Jonathan will be joining us shortly.
Submit.
Let's keep on reading. I'm drinking my sugar-free Red Bull here. I'll wake up soon. Raiders, Bengals. First game, let's take a look at that. Cincinnati Bengals -8, 50.5. Now, my rule is usually when it's 50 points, take the under. But look at Thursday games. They all went over. So I'm kind of at a quadri.
Jonathan, before you start this, I'd like to tell you one thing. One thing. I wrote a soliloquy. Did I tell you that?
I didn't even know that you could say soliloquy.
I usually can't.
They say that down south.
But I didn't want
What's a soliloquy down south? What would that mean down south?
It's a soliloquy down south.
It's soliloquy.
But it's smarter here. So,
all right, go ahead.
Here's for today.
Marty Martini.
This recaps the entire week starting last Wednesday. I did all my picks prior to the game. The entire recap. If they're away, you bet them today. If they're at home, you leave them alone. That's my soliloquy for the week. That's what I think is going to happen.
That's almost a limerick.
Well, there once was a man from... Okay, we'll leave that alone.
Jeffrey from Nantucket, go ahead. Line 1, go ahead. Is that
as we're going down it, I'll give you my top picks. You know why I call it a top pick? Because everybody is on the top.
In this game?
Yeah.
The top pick. Who's on the top? Oakland Raiders is on the top. I'm taking them against the Bengals and keep the points.
Well, it's interesting because last week in the RJ, I was looking at our friend Jay Carnegie's picks from the LBH, and he picked almost every home team. And that was his whole strategy last week. Every home team was who we picked.
And this week,
with the exception of 1 game.
Jay's a smart guy, so this week I picked every away team. See, the ones on the top are away. So it says like Oakland Raiders at Bengals. That means the ones on the top, which are my top picks, are at Bengals. So they're my top picks.
I'm glad to see you put a lot of thought into this.
I did a lot.
But you know what? They can
I know,
just
yeah,
as much as
absolutely.
anything
You
else.
throw a dart at the board.
You know, I've got
I'm 3 for 3 so far, so we're good.
Yeah, we were hoping that Cadillac Kate would be with us tonight, but she had to get her hair done. But she picked 11 out of 11.
Who's this?
12 out of 12, Cadillac Kate. Cadillac of Las Vegas. But the weird thing is she only made $11. So I was going to have her come in and explain how that happened, but she couldn't. She had to have her hair done. So
Here's the
Maybe
thing.
she wasn't
Here's the
ready.
thing that I think with
No,
this
she
game.
was.
Cincinnati is clearly the better team. They are at home. I think 9 is too big of a number here. There's an underlying story that no one's talking about, and that's Carson Palmer coming back to Cincinnati, where he was so eloquently let go of. Or actually wouldn't sign. He went to Oakland. He's been doing much better this year. He's getting in touch with his team. I don't know if Darren McFadden's going to play in this game, but Cincinnati's nothing special.
Well, I like
Other than
that
the beating they
matchup.
put on the Giants 2 weeks ago.
So it's not. So the line is 9 now.
The line is 9. I think
So I'm definitely
Cincinnati
taking
wins this
Oakland.
game.
can we go back just 1 minute here
Yeah.
and talk about the Steelers uniforms?
Oh, the jail.
I think it's doesn't it look like bees
Jailbreak.
a uniform from jail?
Yeah, it looks like
Instead of jail
John
birds, they were
Belushi
jail
from
bees.
Saturday
It's
Night
like
Live.
prison
Buzz
bees.
Buzz.
If anybody's got any
Buzz.
comments, VegasSportsNuts.com, you can let us know what you think. If we
I'm
have
taking the
color.
Raiders this one. I think Carson Palmer keeps him in the game. 9's a little too much. I'm on the Raiders.
So you're taking the Raiders plus 9?
Yes, sir.
If they're away, bet them today. So the Raiders, they're away. Cincinnati, see, he concurs. Even the guy that knows more about this than I do believes it. Okay.
Well, 50
I'm
and a
in
half
Raiders.
points, Jeffrey, 50 and a half points.
A
Over.
lot of scoring in that game, but I don't think it's going to go over. I like the under in that game.
So do I. All right.
Now you can talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, let's talk about, are they going to wear the crazy uniforms again?
Now let's hope.
What's the
deal with
what's the
the
story with that? Like, when do they wear it? At home, division rivals? Like, what's the story with that? Is there a rule?
I don't know that there's a rule, but I hope they'd stop doing it.
Well, they're playing in Cleveland.
By the way, what's their record with the stripes?
That's an
That's
interesting
always a
question.
good thing to look at.
Don't you think they'd feel silly wearing those uniforms?
They've lost their
Not if they're
stripes.
winning games.
They're 1-1.
You could put them in the bell bottoms.
Here's what our friend Matt Humans at the RJ has to say about the game. Pittsburgh is down to its third string quarterback, 38-year-old Charlie Batch. I think he played for the Bears at one point. That sounds bad, but Batch is 5'2", with a starter with the Steelers. He's completed 15 and 22 passes for 208 yards and a touchdown in a 27-zip victory over St. Louis in his most recent game last Christmas Eve. What sounds better is that Pittsburgh has won 16 of its past 17 games against Cleveland. Jeffrey.
I agree. They've won 9 of the last 10. They're a little banged up. No Antonio Brown at wide receiver, no Jericho Cotchery. They should have Mendenhall back. Even with Charlie Batch back there, they're going to be handing the ball awful lot. They're going to be doing some very safe plays. And that defense is still pretty diesel, whether or not Palomalu is back. I'm taking Pittsburgh. It's a low line. I have them laying 1. I'm going to go with Martini with the team that's on.
Martini just because they're on the top.
Yeah.
34 and a half points.
If they're away, bet them today.
34 and a half points. You think they could make
That's
I go with the
a
over.
horrible line.
Yeah.
That could be a 17-10 ball game easily.
Yeah, all right, so you take the under on that. Well, just a reminder that we've got our Toys for Tots promotion benefit concert coming up this next Saturday, a week from today. It's going to be at the LVH Hotel and Casino, hosted by Zoe Bowie. An amazing, stellar lineup of talent. We've got Louis Anderson, Frankie Marino, Gordy Brown. Tickets are available at thelvh.com, or you can bring a toy and donate it for the United States Marine Corps. Toys for Tots next Saturday night at the LVH Hotel and Casino. 8 o'clock is the curtain, 7 o'clock is the red carpet. You want to be there. It's going to be a great show and a great buzz. So we'll be right back. Sit tight where you are for more Vegas Sports Nuts.